everyone, I am Hannah Liza P. Padillo and we are the Group 3. We are assigned to discuss the non-digital and digital skills and tools delivering technology enhanced tools. Later on, we will be integrating media and technology in various content areas, most especially on our field specialization. And of course, we will introduce to all of you the different kinds of digital tools, or we call technological tools, that are used in most of group activities nowadays. So we all know that teaching becomes rewarding when learners get the most from instructional as manifested in their performance. An important element in engaging learners when the strategy used in delivering the lesson uses and instructional materials, what properly and appropriately used, it can spice up a classroom activities. These instructional materials may come in varied forms. One group refers to the conventional and other one refers to the non-digital tools. So I will be discussing about all of those things as we go on with our discussion. With the first topic, or the topic that I am going to share with you, is about the lesson 1, development and use of non-digital or conventional materials. I will introduce first the content of my topics that I will be discussing. First, the rules of instructional materials. Second, the factors to consider in developing instructional materials. What are the factors to develop? So third is conventional instructional materials. What are the examples or few examples of conventional materials, or these materials can be seen now in these days? How we are going to use these conventional materials in relation to our major or subject. So fourth or the last subtopic of this topic is guidelines when designing conventional instructional materials. Here we able to know the rules. We are going to identify the factors, and then identifying or selecting conventional materials, and then right after identifying conventional materials, and we will know what are the different guidelines when designing the instructional materials. By the way, I would like to introduce to you the different kinds of instructional materials. So first, drawing. Second, kits, textbooks, posters, magazines, flip charts, newspapers, pictures, and recording videos. So next, now I will be discussing the rules of instructional materials. So first, promote meaningful communication and effective learning. So that's true. We have to be clear and straight to the point and be precise. So second, to ensure better retention. So which means to say that there is an enhancement, or means to say that that the students or the learners will be able to grasp or to absorb the information given by the teacher or should by the teacher. If she can see and visualize the topic, can see the tangible materials, which has a greater or longer effect, longer attention of the learner. So third is help to overcome the limited classroom by making the inaccessible accessible. So there are a lot of scraps or materials that are used already, and we can actually reuse all of these materials, not all, but we can actually make it the used materials to make it accessible. For example, revising, recycling, and all of those things to make it a better instructional materials. So fourth, provide a common experience upon which late learning can be developed. And actually instructional material develop or enhances the capacity of a child or a learner. The brain of the learners will work better. It is important to see what is significantly and highlighted by the teacher or facilitator of the learning. That is why, in that case, if there is instructional materials, the learning will be better because they can see it, they can read it, they can think about it, and etc. So fifth is encourage participation, especially if students are allowed to manipulate materials used. So yes, it is important to promote active engagement and involvement, particularly when students are given the opportunity to handle and interact with the materials being utilized in a learning or educational context. So now let's move on to the factors to consider in developing instructional materials. So first, develop a storyboard and working outline based on the subject goals and objectives. So it instructs the teachers to create a visual storyboard or a visual plan and a structured outline, a written plan. So for their teaching approach, this plan should be assigned to align with the specific goals and objectives of the subject they are teaching. So it's a way to organize the content and teaching methods. So second is identify the existing instructional resources, including materials and teachers' capabilities. So yes, teachers should teachers should take the time to identify and assess the resources available within their educational institutions. This includes physical materials like textbooks or equipment, as well as the skills and the capabilities of other teachers. Knowing what's available can help in planning and collaboration. So third is the teacher may research of the shelf materials that have been developed by the others' determination if their approach could be useful. So we future teachers are encouraged to explore existing educational materials that have been created by others and are readily available for use. We should do this research to see if any these materials or teaching approaches could be valuable in their teaching strategies. And yeah, fourth, explore the possibility by adapting concepts of other teachers without infringing or anyone's copyright. So yes, if a teacher finds useful concepts or ideas from other educations, they should consider incorporating this into their teaching methods. However, they must ensure they do this in a way that respects copyright or intellectual property rights, so as not to violate any legal restrictions. So fifth is modify existing materials based on the objectives of the lesson. So teachers make adjustments or changes to existing educational materials such as textbooks or worksheets so that these materials align more effectively with the specific learning objectives and goals of their lesson. So sixth is if the instructional materials are effective, you can share them with the other teachers. So when a teacher has developed instructional materials that prove to be successful in helping students learn, they should consider sharing these materials with other educators. So sharing effective teaching resources can benefit the broader teaching community. So seventh is the teacher developer can also sell his materials if available. Yes, of course. If a teacher has created their own teaching materials and is willing to make them available for purchase, so they have the option to sell these materials. This can be a way to share their expertise and potentially generate income from their educational resources. So now let's have the conventional instructional materials. So I will be showing to you the pictures of these materials, and I will be explaining to you the importance and the uses of these instructional materials. So first is diorama. So the importance of dioramas are essential for education and storytelling. They provide a three-dimensional representation of scenes, historical events, or natural environments. They help learners to visualize and understand complex concepts and historical events. So uses of dioramas are used in museums, schools, and exhibits to engage and educate people or the students. They can depict anything from ecosystems to historical battles, making learning more interactive and memorable. The second is nature table. The importance of nature tables are, it is important for fostering a connection with the natural world. They encourage exploration and curiosity about the environment and its elements. So the uses of nature tables are often found in educational settings such as schools and nature centers. They allow students to display and study natural specimens like rocks, leaves, and insects. It's a hands-on approach to learning about the natural world. So third is writing boards. So important of writing boards are crucial for education and communication. They offer a reusable and portable surface for writing, drawing, and teaching. So the uses of writing boards are commonly used in the classrooms, offices, and presentations. They can be used for teaching, brainstorming, making presentation, and taking notes. They are available in various forms such as whiteboards, chalkboards, or digital boards. So we use these boards when we are in elementary in our generation. It is a traditional learning process. Next is flip art. So the importance of flip arts are valuable for presentations and group discussions. They provide a platform for displaying information in visible and organized manner. So we use the calendar before to flip chart. In my generation or in my time when I was elementary, I had this one. So we had this one. So it is provide platform displaying information in a visible or organized manner. So next is wall display. The importance of wall displays are crucial for visually enhancing and organizing indoor spaces. They contribute to aesthetic and communication. So the uses of wall display can be found in various settings, including the homes, offices, schools, and museums. They can be used to exhibit art, showcase achievements, share information, and decorate spaces. So next is rope and pole display board. So the importance of this one is essential for hanging and displaying visual materials in an organized and visible manner. So the uses of rule and pole display board is these boards are commonly used in events, exhibitions, and conferences to hang the posters, banners, and artwork. They provide an attractive, structured way to showcase information and art pieces. Each of these items plays a unique role in education, communication, and visual presentation in making them valuable tools in various contexts. Let's have the guidelines when designing conventional instructional materials. So first is unity. Use only one idea for each visual and include headline. So yeah, unity in visual design is about ensuring that each visual or slide conveys a single clear idea. The addition of headline helps to summarize and clarify the main point of the visual. This principle ensures that the audience can quickly grasp the central message of each slide, leading to better comprehension. So second is simplicity. Makes idea relationships simple and easy to recall. Avoid cluttering visual with too many words, numbers, or graphics. The audience should be able to grasp the concept in 10 to 15 seconds. So yeah, simplicity is essential for effective communication. It means that keeping the content of the visual straightforward and uncluttered is too much information or complexity can overwhelm the audience. So the goal is to make the relationship between the ideas clear and easy to remember, allowing the audience to understand the content in a very short time. So third is legibility. So make letters big and readable for all the audience. So yeah, legibility is about ensuring that the text or on the visual is easy to read. It's crucial to use a font size that is large enough for everyone in the audience or the students to see without straining their eyes. Legibility is essential for inclusive communication as it ensures that all students or members, regardless of their vision, can access the information. So consistency in design maintains a cohesive look throughout the presentation. It involves using the same typeface or font and art style, the colors, the graphics throughout all visual or slides. Consistency not only enhances the professionalism of the presentation but also aids in reinforcing the branding or the theme. So fifth is clarity. Avoid type that is too small. Avoid all caps. So clarity involves making sure that the text on the visual is easily understandable. Avoid using small fonts that may be difficult to read, and refrain from using all capital letters extensively as they can be harder to read. Clear, legible text enhances the accessibility and comprehension of the content for the audience. So these principles collectively help in creating visuals that effectively convey information. So engage the students and promote understanding and retention of the presented contents. So that was all for my topic. If you have questions and clarifications, please comment to the comment section. So thank you very much. I will give the mic to the next reporter.
So our next topic would be select and use ICT tools for teaching and learning. So the current system employ technologies by integrating ICT tools and applications in education and in instruction. So ICT stands for Information and Communications Technology. This refers to various tools and devices or gadgets used in communicating, disseminating, creating, storing, and managing information. So in education, teachers can use these tools in communicating, disseminating, and as well as managing information. So since the intention of education is to make learners become useful and productive citizens, the use of ICT tools can provide a lot of possibilities on how learners can do something with what they know. So according to George Couros, technology will never replace great teachers, but in the hands of great teachers, it's transformational. So it is not necessarily the presence of advanced technology or the use of ICT tools can ensure the success in engaging learners, but it still remains that the effective use of ICT tools depends on how the teacher will use them. So ICT integration in education, because first, it allows effective collaboration or exchanging information, and also it makes the process of information easier and allows creativity as well as for the students and the teachers. So now let's proceed to the digital tools that we can use to integrate a lesson. So first is using mobile phone and the QR code. So have you seen a symbol like this one below? This is how popularly used in different products, reading materials, and even in museums. So this is a QR code. So I guess we are already familiar with this one because we had an activity of this, the making of QR codes. So it is a code that was created by a Japanese corporation, Denso Wave, in 1994. So effectively and efficiently connecting the physical world with the electronic world. And QR code stands for quick response. And this QR code allows the readers to decode the information with a high rate of speed. So we can easily read the QR code through a QR code scanner. So here's all you need to do. First is to have a mobile phone with a camera. So I think we already have this one and a mobile phone with a camera. So second is using this mobile phone, download from the Play Store or App Store the QR code reader or scanner application and choose an appropriate QR code reader for your operating system, whether iOS or Android. And once installed in your gadget, you can use it to read the codes. And lastly, focus your camera on the QR code and click it and the message will be revealed to you. So it is really that easy. And next is how to make a QR code. First step is be online. So and second, search for a QR code generator and ensure that you read the information about the application. And third, once you have identified your free online QR code generator, you can now encode the text or the information that you want. And fourth, run it and save it as a JPEG file. Now you have successfully created your own code with you, which you can download. And there are a lot of QR code generator or scanner that are free, so you can download it without giving any amount of money. And step 5, test the QR code using QR code reader or scanner. So since QR codes are since QR codes allow to decode information at a high rate of speed, so here's the 10 interesting ways to integrate QR codes in your teaching. So first is to create interactive and engaging content. Second is to share resources. Third is to use in classroom activities. Fourth is to provide help with homework. Fifth is to communicate with parents or partners. Sixth is to scavenger hunt. 7 is enhance classroom library. 8 is to gather students' feedback. Ninth is to research project. And lastly is to provide easy access to online content. So these are the ways that we can use with the help of QR codes in our teaching. So next is the using laptop and the infographic. So an infographic is a visual representation or an image such as diagram, chart, or picture representing information or data. So it is eye-catching and makes use of a clear layout, attractive colors and hues, and caricatures that provide a cohesive presentation of the information. And it is used to make market products in the increasing visual world. Then infographics can also be employed in marketing information and ideas in the teaching and learning process. So infographics is not only in the market products, but we can also have it in educational use and to have more ideas in the teaching and learning process, and also to be more creative. And one application that we can use in making this infographic is the Canva. And there are many ways for which infographics can be used. First is to present survey data. Second is to simplify a complex concept. Third, to explain how something functions. Fourth, to compare. And lastly, is to present interesting facts. And here is how to make our infographics. So first, you need the following. First is you need to be online. So we have to be online in this also, like the QR code. Second is using the PC, laptop, or mobile phone, search for Canva, Vismin, or Vinage. So I think we are already familiar with the Canva because we use it in our projects. And third step is to create or sign up an account if you still do not have one in order to design your own infographics. So these are the procedure in making infographic. Step 1 is to choose the most suitable template for your use from the library. Second is you may use images from their file or upload your own pictures. Third is to make a cohesive layout containing correct and essential information. Fourth is you can choose a background and font styles. Fifth is you may change the color of boxes and the text to suit your style. Sixth is to save the image of the infographics. And lastly is to share the infographic you have created. So that are the steps that we will make that we will follow to make an infographic. So next will be the iPad or tablet and the online bulletin board. So creativity and collaboration are fun. A dull and boring bulletin board can be made interesting when done online. Posts when done with themed backgrounds, stylish fonts, and varied colors become attractive to the learners. An online bulletin board is a way of presenting ideas with a twist and interest with no cost at all. So here in making bulletin board, we can make use of a tablet or an iPad. So here's how. Here's how to make a bulletin board. First is we need to search the padlet.com. Second is to sign up or log in using any of your social media account. Third is if you want to make your own, click make a Padlet. And here's the next step. You can choose start with a blank or pick a template. Next is start making posts by clicking the plus sign. And next will be make your posts as creative as you can by clicking modify and selecting your choice of color, font, theme, and many more. And next will be you can now share your Padlet or online bulletin board to your friends, or click share and allow others to have access it, or you can share it through the social media account where others can view it. But if you want to join someone's bulletin board, you can click join a Padlet and enter the dialog box the URL of the Padlet you want to join and start posting on your friends or classmates Padlet by clicking the plus sign. So that are the steps in making a bulletin board. Thank you.
So, good day everyone. I am Marla Quizon and I'm gonna tackle the lesson 3 creating an e-portfolio as a technology tool. So first, let us know what is e-portfolio. So, e-portfolio is a collection of electronic evidences that is usually managed by the owner and usually contains images, text, links, multimedia, blog entries, and hyperlinks. So, e-portfolio is your digital scrapbook because it usually contains a text from you and your experiences as a student or as a teacher. So that leads to why is it important. So why do you think e-portfolio is important? So I have here three reasons why e-portfolio is important. So the first reason is that students' e-portfolio can evaluate students' academic progress. They can inform the teacher to adapt and use instructional strategies when pieces of evidences that our students are learning or not. So e-portfolio is important for the teachers to know if the students kay nakasabot ba or naka-learn ba sa educational strategy nga ilang gigamit, and it will also help the teacher na maka learn, like for example ana siya nga ay kani siya kay dili siya uyon or wala ka siya nakahibaw ani nga strategy nako, so I need to make another strategy kay para sila tanan makasabot. So that's the first reason why the e-portfolio is important. So next reason why the e-portfolio is important is that because it highlighted the students' progress on learning. Like, makadetermine ang teacher if ang student kay naka-learn ba siya or iya pang gigamit iyang learnings sa iyang life. So, ara ma-determine sa teacher if nagamit ba sa student ang iyahang mga learnings sa lain nga mga butang. So that is for the second importance of e-portfolio. So let us continue to the third reason why is it important. So the third reason is portfolios document students' learning growth. Like, as a student, it is very crucial for our mental health, or like for every time na mag-doubt sa itong self if we're doing good ba, if we're doing better ba sa studies. Kaya we can look at our portfolios to determine kung nice ba tong progress, or like kung unsa ba nang hitabo for the past months nga nag-study ta. So ang portfolio sad kay isa po na sa way to motivate the students. Like for example, igtan-aw niya sa iyang portfolio nga kanang okay iyang portfolio like makuha niya ang self-doubt nga kanang I'm doing better man di ay based on my portfolio. So in the other hand po, like igtan-aw niya sa isang student sa iyang portfolio, like if mga batik gani ang para niya kay batik gani ang iyang mga kanang naas iyang portfolio na iyang mamotivate iyang self nga I should do better di ay kay mauni kay gamay di ay akong buan. So mana siya. So that are the three reasons why the e-portfolio is important. So let us now move on. And do you guys know how to create an e-portfolio? If yes, then good for you, and then if no, you don't have to worry because I'm gonna teach you how. So for the first step of creating e-portfolio is that you're gonna go to Chrome and then log in your Gmail. So for the next step is you are gonna search for site. So if dili yan ninyo makita in the first click ang site, so you're gonna scroll down na inyo pangitaon na site. And then, kung makita na ninyo ang site, that's when the step 3 will come. Like, inyohang i-click ang site, and then it will lead you to another slide. Then, mauna na ang page nga pwede mo mag-create sa e-portfolio. So, for the fourth step is, dapat maghuna-huna mo catchy nga kanang introduction or catchy nga line, kanang interesting nga line, interesting introduction para sa inyong portfolio. So, that is all in creating a portfolio. So, let us have a recap. So, for the first step, you're gonna open Chrome and sign in your Gmail. And once it's signed in, it's when the step 2 will come and inyong pangitaon ang sites. And then, if makita na ninyo ang sites mo ni ang step 3, inyo i-click and then it will lead you to another slide which ara naka pwede mag-create. And then ang step 4 kay magunahon na kag catchy or interesting introduction para sa imong e-portfolio. That is all, and let's have a tour sa mga parts sa e-portfolio. So for the first part is the home page. So home page is the first section. It is the home or your cover page. So this is the first thing na makita sa mga readers. So just like what I have said earlier, na dapat magunahon na kag catchy or interesting line kay para ikatanaw sa mga readers sa imong homepage nga hala interesting man na gini ako ni basahon bisag na dili nila i-ignore pa kay what if boring day ang imong introduction then ito ay unsa man ka boring basic naman kay ni so dili na sila ganahan mo basa diba. So mana siya dapat imong homepage kay catchy siya. So next part of e-portfolio is the page. So in the page kay walay magbuot nimo kung pila ka page imong ibutang dira sa imong e-portfolio or unsaon na nimo pag-design or pag-arrange imong e-portfolio. But then imo po nang una-unaon if okay ba siya kay kung daghan nga pud kayo pud og slide pud wala ayon na pud yung mga readers na kadaghan ba ning slide ay kapoy magbasa ana ba dapat yung mga short but precise kana naa na dito tanan balag gamay ra siya pero detailed na siya nga ana. So for the last part of e-portfolio is the reflection. Ang reflection kay mao ni ang naay major part sa imong e-portfolio kay adto na nimo ibutang ang imong adto na nimo ipangsugat ang imong mga experiences. So sometimes it is hard to create a reflection but a structure model can help. So let me introduce you to the Gibbs reflective cycle. So Gibbs reflective cycle has 6 different parts. So for the first part is the definition. Definition should answer the question, what happened? So this is the initial phase of writing a reflection. You just need to describe the activity like kung unsay nahitabo sa activity. So for the second phase of Gibbs reflective cycle is the feeling, and it should answer the question what were you thinking and feeling. So in this phase of Gibbs reflective cycle, you need to write with all your honesty and always remember that whatever you have feel, it is just part of the academic discourse. So that's all for the feelings, and the third part will be the evaluation. So evaluation should answer the question what was good and bad about the experience. So in this part of cycle, you need to write how well did the activity go or how bad did the activity go. So for the fourth part is the analysis, and it should answer the question what else can you make of the situation. So you're gonna discuss what worked well and what didn't. So kung there is a evaluation kay kung imo isuwat kung there is a evaluation imo isuwat kay if good or bad ba ang experience, there is sa analysis kay imo isuwat ngano good or unsay naka good or unsay naka bad sa experience. So for the fifth reflective cycle, kay ang conclusion. So it should answer what else could you have done. So diba ang evaluation kay imuhang ibutang, diba ang evaluation kay imuha dito ibutang kung unsay mga nindot na hitabo o unsay mga bating hitabo. Diri sa conclusion kay imuhang ibutang diri kung unsay dapat nimong gibuhat dapat hindi dahil nimo gibuhat para sa activity. And then that leads to the last part, which is ang action plan. Ang action plan kaya rin na nimo i-plano kung unsay dapat imong buhaton or unsay dapat imong likayan for the next time na mahitabo ni balik nga activity. So that's all. And once again, Gibbs reflective cycle has 6 different parts, namely the description, feelings, evaluation, analysis, conclusion, and the last is the action plan. And let's move forward to the next topic, which is the administrating e-portfolio. So before publishing your e-portfolio, kay emoha sa ang i-manage dito kung kinsa imong i-allow nga maka-view sa imong e-portfolio. So unsaon man na. So dito sa imong e-portfolio or sa sites, makakita ka dito share button. And then ara sa share button, ara nimo i-manage kung kinsay pwede maka-view or maka-edit sa imong e-portfolio. Pwede po mag-add kag Gmail sa mga tao nga imong ganahan i-send na ang makakita sa imong e-portfolio. So that is all for my topic, and to continue our discussion, let me welcome Ms. Carvera. Once again, I am Marnel, and thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Cristalina Carmona Carvera, and I'll be discussing to you the technology collaborative tools in the digital world. So as what I have observed in this generation or in our generation, the learners of this generation are a new kind of breed, and it is important that the teachers understand how to deal with them. They seem to thrive in collaborative learning. They like to connect to the social networking sites, creating and producing something are what they prefer to do, rather than become consumers of information inside the classroom. Apparently, they seem to be investing a huge amount of their time in a digital social environment. Although they can be more self-directed in choosing what they want to learn, how they want to learn, and when they want to learn. So, let's define what is a technology collaborative tools in the digital world. Technology as a collaborative tool refers to the use of various technological tools, systems, and platforms to facilitate and enhance collaboration among individuals, teams, or organizations. It enables people to work together, share information, communicate, and achieve common goals more efficiently and effectively. This concept has become increasingly important in the modern workplace or in the modern world, and in various other domains where collaboration is essential. So, in technology as a collaborative tool, one way to engage students is to give them a challenge and chance to work together. An example is when you give them an issue to discuss which they can continue talking about even if they are outside of the class. So there are a lot of available tools and applications that can be used to work collaboratively with others. So number one is the Skype. Skype is a software application allowing you to do a video conferencing for free. All you need is to create an account and can be used for a video meeting. So like for example, you have a family in the other country and you can use Skype to communicate with them also. So that's the purpose of the Skype. Video conferencing with other people and communicate with it. So next is the Wiki. Wiki is a software that allows you to create a page or selection of pages designed to allow you to post or write, edit, or upload a link quickly. This is good when students need to work together to complete a task even if they are not physically together. A task such as writing a paper together, planning a presentation, or surveying ideas from team members can be managed by a wiki space that efficiently allows one to document the contribution of each member in the team. Work can be extended virtually and asynchronously with the use of the wiki. So next is the blogging. It is journaling your ideas which others can react, allowing a thread of discussion to take place and which can be used online. It is the abbreviation of Webblog. It would help if you provide direction when using a weblog. So, the use of weblog explore the skill of communicating ideas like in a writing class. You can guide students on how to design the whole blog or upload materials. You can guide students on how to design the whole blog or upload materials and support students in developing critical communication. Guidance on what Guidance on what and how to post will be needed. Teach the students that the blogging is for educational purposes and is different from a personal blog or personal blogging. Proper or formal language variety should be used. A writing prompt would help to guide your students' posts. And lastly is the Google group or Google form. So we are familiar about Google form, no? Since we always use it when we are taking our exam online. So it is an application that can be used in a collaborative documentations of ideas contributed by members of the team or the teachers. Having a Google account will come very handy and you can easily have access to a variety of applications. So you can use the Google form when you are taking your exam or making an exam. So that's all for the technology and collaborative tools in digital world. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Vanessa Mekatipay, and I am going to tackle the lesson 5, which is the digital literacy skills in the 21st century. So the lesson outcomes. First, identified and described the elements of digital literacy. Second, conducted a self-evaluation on the level of digital literacy skills. So the 21st century has redefined the digital literacy. So it has broadened its perspective to include the other aspects in the 21st context. So this lesson focus more on digital skills and digital literacies in the response to the 21st century. So, millennials nowadays, grew up in the era where the digital technology exists. So they are also called as tech savvy or digital natives, which means that they are well informed on how to use these technologies. So they are very familiar with these gadgets. And practically, they know how to use these like mga smartphones, laptops, tablet, computer. So this suggests their digital skills. Um, However, are all students digital literates? What is digital literacy? So it is the ability to understand and use information in multiple formats from a wide range of sources when it is presented via computers by Paul Gister in 1997. So we need to understand the information and that we get from the internet and evaluate it, because you can't understand the informations you find in the internet without evaluating its sources and placing it in context. So according to Paul Gister, that digital literacy is about mastering ideas, not case throw. So it is between the learning how to use the digital devices and knowing how to protect against technology misuse. So the digital literacy was coined by Paul Gister in 1997, and it came to the discussion of the concepts: A, visual literacy; B is technological literacy; C, computer literacy; and D is information literacy. So what is visual literacy? So visual literacy is when images and nonverbal symbols try to capture the knowledge. Like it has an ability to effectively find, use, and create images and visual media like poster and advertisement. So the second one is technological literacy. So it requires one to be able to use technology in addressing a need. So using technology to solve problems and accomplish tasks effectively. So the third one is computer literacy. So it is the knowledge and ability to use computers and existing technologies. So the last one is information technology. So it refers to finding, evaluating, using, and sharing the information. In the teaching and learning context, digital literacy is an important competence. So digital literacies are the individual's capabilities to be able to effectively and responsibly and perform in a digital society. So these are the varied digital literacies. First, media literacy. So one's ability to critically read information or content and utilize multimedia in creatively producing communication. So media literacy is a 21st century approach to education. So it is about helping students become competent, critical, and literate in all media forms so that they are the ones who control the interpretation of what they hear or see. So the next one is information literacy. So it's locating information from the web and interpreting while evaluating its validity in order that it can be shared. So it is the ability to articulate one's information's need, like ability to identify, locate, and access the appropriate sources. So next one is ICT literacy. So it's knowing how to select and use digital devices, application, or services to accomplish tasks requiring the use of the internet. So ICT literacy involves using digital technology. So communication tools and access. So manage and create information in order to function in a knowledge society. The next one is communications and collaboration. So our one's capabilities in being able to participate in the digital networks in the teaching and learning context. So communication and collaboration is the ability to exchange information, ideas, and feedbacks to work together towards a common goal. So collaboration can happen without communication. So the next one is identity management. Is being able to understand how to ensure safety and security in managing online identity and foster a positive digital reputation. So it is also known as the identity and access management. So it is a framework of policies and technologies to ensure that the right users have the appropriate access to technology resources. So next is learning skills. So our ways of knowing how to study and learn in a technology enrichment environment. So this knowing how to utilize technology in addressing the need to learn efficiently. So it helps you to be flexible. So learning skills allows the students to create content such as presentation, videos, and blog posts. And it also helps them to explore and learn how to properly use the technology. Also, it improves their confidence to use technology for work, school works, and daily life. So next is digital scholarship. So it's being able to link and participate in professional and research practices. So the digital scholarship presents opportunity to work collaboratively on research practices. So let's proceed to the 4 C's of the 21st century skills. So the 4 C's of the 21st century skills are critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. So to perform well in this century, you need to develop and enhance these skills. All of these 21st century skills are essential for students to do well in school and succeed in the workplace. So first is critical thinking. So critical thinking is learning how to solve problems. So it teaches students not to accept it teach students not to accept immediately claims without seeking the truth. It also the ability to differentiate facts from opinions. So not only just learn a set of facts or figures, but also discover these for the sake of knowing what ought to be. Second one is creativity. So it requires students to think out of the box and to take pride in what is uniquely theirs. So it means that they will be able to look at the problem from multiple perspectives, including it can propose multiple possibilities and alternatives to address a problem, and they need to take calculated risks. So it also encourages students to think beyond the expectations of convention. So the next one is communication. So communication makes students express their ideas in the clearest and organized manner. So communication is through varied modes, face-to-face, technologically mediated, or a blended medium. So they need to know how to efficiently and clearly convey ideas. So the last one is collaboration. So collaboration happens when students know how to work well with others to accomplish a given task or solve a problem at hand. So collaborations teaches students that groups can create something bigger and better than you can on your own. So digital literacy skills are required in a wild world. So these skills vary from text to images to multimedia. So we as a future teachers will be able to handle students considered as tech savvy. So which means they are very well known in the use of modern technology at such an early age. So we should be equipped with competences and fluencies needed to handle the fast emerging tools and application that should be able to handle even artificial intelligence. So Lynch in 2017 identified 8 digital literacy skills needed to become digitally literate. So these are, first is coding. So coding is a universal language, basic understanding of HTML, CSS, and the like will create a shared understanding of what can be done with the web pages. So coding plays a significant role in developing digital literacies in learners. So it provides a hands-on and interactive approach to develop digital literacy skills, and also it provides the students with a deeper understanding of how technology works. So the next one is collaboration. So the use of Google Docs, among others, allows students to begin experimenting with effective online collaboration. So Google Docs is a powerful collaboratively tool because it saves changes in the documents in real time and makes them immediately visible to all collaborators. So students can work together on the same document synchronously during class time as well as asynchronously outside the class. So the next one is cloud software. So this is essential part of document management. So it's used to store everything from photos to research projects to term papers and even music. So cloud software used to store everything from photos to research projects to term papers and even music. So word processing software. So Google, Microsoft Online, Dropbox are available for storage and management solutions. So it is installed in almost every school computers, and it is one of the most used technology tools in education. So it is a computer software that allows users to create, edit formats, and also print a variety of documents. So it is very useful to learners in completing the reports or homeworks, or even read information from other students, teachers, or co-workers. So the next one is screencasting. So it is a video recording using a computer screen and usually includes an audio. So it unlike screenshots, screencasting is a video screen capture or screen recording, and it is a great way for students to create class presentations, share them, and receive feedback from one another. So example of these are on-screen tutorial, video lessons, just like what I am doing now. I'm recording a video lesson in my computer screen. So next is personal archiving. So students should be taught the concepts of metadata, tagging, keywords, and categories to make them aware how they are represented online. So it focuses on the capture and preservation of the individual's personal papers and other documentary output, generally by the other individual concerned. So next is information evaluation. So critical thinking to weed out fake news in a crucial 21st century. So it is an important part of the digital literacy process. So it is to evaluate digital content to ensure it's meaningful. So look at it and critically at information to determine its relevance, suitability, and reliability. So the last one is use of social media. So social media serves different purpose depending on the users and the technology and the need. So social media should be used in a responsible and age appropriate way. So it can the learners to think critically and build the skills. So um, communicate, share, and learn and offer opportunities for the learners. So digital literacy has been defined in many ways that that is understandable by both natives and digital migrants. So teachers and students should not only be proficient in how to use digital skills, but they need to see the information and media technology to find, evaluate, create, and communicate information requiring both cognitive and technical skills. So here are the examples of how digital skills or proficiency supports digital literacy. So the first one is sending an email or text. So evaluate the appropriate digital channel for online communication with peers, teachers, and parents. So the second one is using Microsoft Office or Google. So in the literacy, identify the benefits and drawbacks of each digital tool. Also, evaluate critically which tool is most effective for the project at hand. So the third one is tweeting, posting to Facebook, uploading a video to YouTube, or posting a photo to Instagram. So in the literacy, it navigates the social media safely to protect oneself. So second is identify hate propaganda and fake news. The last one is researching from the World Wide Web. So in the literacy, evaluate the information online. Like, is it site legitimate? Is the author an expert? Or the information is current or dated? Or the idea is neutral or biased? So that's all for the lesson 5. And thank you.